Uh, Good afternoon, friends. Now, I want to give you a concluding video for the so far we have taken. We have started with irrigation water efficiencies, and then duty, delta, and then crop water requirements. Each crop, how many irrigations and how much depth, and followed by some open channel hydraulics, the design of the open channel in the field channels, particularly drop structures, and of course the drainage requirements, even underground irrigation, many of these things, of course, with the modern ended with what is known as hydroponics and then aeroponics and so on. In between the main subject, what is known as irrigation methods. These irrigation methods are all dealt with a simple free flooding to some kind of furrow, then basin, and then drip, sprinkler, everything we have covered. Of course, with more of informative and a little bit design and few examples, because we have a constraint about the time in each video and then covering the syllabus in time. So, but what I want to give you in this video is we try to imbibe a culture of water saving in the irrigation. See, what is irrigation? Irrigation is basically we are resorting when there is no sufficient available moisture to the plant growth. Of course, for the plant growth, it is not only water but other things like plant nutrients and all those things. But fundamentally, when you are talking about irrigation, because water sector, the irrigation, they are very highly impacted things. Irrigation is impacting the water sector in a big way because 80, almost 85% of the water consumed mostly for these irrigation purposes. So we have to save a lot of water in the irrigation. If you save at least some 10 to 15%, we can give, particularly in India, we can give continuous supply to this drinking water, 24 hours supply. So you must recognize the fact that the plant can take only that much water, what it can take. It cannot take more than that, just like a human being. So you have to save water by giving only the required water by the plant. Yeah, according to World Bank, some of the statistics in the normal irrigation, that means the gravity irrigation, flooding or all these things, you simply wasting lot of water. According to one statistical estimates, 40% of the applied water never reaches the plant. It goes as a deep percolation or evaporation and so on. You can argue, sir, even the deep percolated water also joins the groundwater, or evaporated water also goes and come back as a precipitation. It's not that. See, you are giving a lot of, again, you have to pump it back. Again, that evaporated water may occur in your land or some other land. Not only that, the nutrients what you are adding in the name of fertilizers and so on, they are getting drained, and most of these nutrients, they simply deposited downstream. One of my colleague, Professor Ghosh Baba, was telling, Krishna and Godavari deltas, they are almost they're discharging so many nutrients to the sea. What will happen? These lakes and seas become vitrified. Vitrification process will occur, is it not? So, excess irrigation is not only this eutrophication of the lakes and the seas, nutrient loads increasing, but salt problems. What about salt problems? That's what we have said in our salinization chapter. you have to have proper drainage. Normally, people simply happy if you simply provide some irrigation facility. They never bother about drainage facility. Particularly in arid and semi-arid regions like this in India, in Deccan Plateau, you are coming with a very good water source. Particularly recently, the Kaleshwaram project has been inaugurated, and a lot of water is being dumped on the surface. Unless you provide proper drainage facility, you cannot arrest the salt problems in future. So, since we are starting now, we must plan properly for all these things. We must advocate, we must tell to the governments, policy makers, we must have proper drainage. Not only proper drainage, we should insist for micro irrigation, because this water has been pumped from a very pumped from pumped, and then for the 600 meters almost height, and when you are again allowing it by gravity, it's not a proper thing. So you should adopt these micro irrigation techniques. 1 acre, instead of getting 1 acre for normal irrigation, 4 acres you will get irrigation facilities. So providing irrigation is not a curse. What is a curse is a proper utilization of that water. Whether that water should not become waterlogged, or salt imbalances, and nutrient disposal to downstream, all these things you must take care. So irrigation may feel big boon when you are properly handling it. It is a big bane when you are not properly handling it. We have seen even in the Indus Valley civilization, one of the reasons that great civilization was perished because of excess irrigation. Salts accumulate in the soil, entire soil become fertility lost. So there was no food. That was one of the theories by historians. So these things have been continuously telling. So for this purpose, what is the solace is, don't use water excessively to the plants. Number one, what are the methods? As many methods as possible, tried from even normal methods to micro methods to and then to the so-called of course, with hydroponics or aeroponics, you cannot produce the staple food considerably, which is sufficient to the population. But some of these vegetables and other leafy, particularly vegetables like thing, you can produce which much more conveniently at your own house rather, or even a farm. So a lot of water can be saved, because this water, per capita water, is dwindling in but not only in India, more than 25 countries across the globe, they are facing water shortage, fresh water shortage. Particularly, I am not talking about the water shortage, fresh water shortage. Water is there, nobody can create a molecule of water or destroy. But what is the use when lot of fresh water is not available, only salt water is available? Okay. So irrigation as such, you must take as an yagna. Yagna means, in a with that utmost sincerity, and you must finish it properly. Any irrigation, suppose if you have a good water facility, no doubt even surface irrigation, surface methods are also good, necessarily for this production of these cereals, surface methods only. But when it is for the orchards and other flowering, floriculture and other things, these simply micro irrigations are best. Good produce also, quality of the produce also very good in micro irrigation, particularly vegetables and all. And leafy vegetables, you can follow this, of course, somewhat more technical, of course, aeroponics, hydroponics, and all those things. So people can avoid using these unnecessary inorganic fertilizers. Normally in surface irrigation, so you can see unnecessarily putting a lot of inorganic fertilizers into it. and of course, and organic fertilizer also can be put in the, if there's some caution in the hydroponics. So it is a judicious mix of all these things. Depends on water source, depends on the type of climate you have, depends on the kind of infrastructure you have, depends upon the technical background you have, depends upon the management what you can see, technical and otherwise. So all these things put together, you can choose this as a profession. Irrigation and agriculture and other, normally agriculture is the most unprofitable, not so profitable rather, in the last so many decades, and farmers are suiciding because they are not, it's not one factor, there are several factors I don't want to dwell upon. But one of the most important factor is unable to handle this water management properly. So surface water management, there is not good scientific management, even groundwater management not, because all there is no source, even the source ultimately depends on the groundwater that is also got exhausted. So the input cost has got increased so enormously. So the many reasons, there is no proper agricultural support price. All these things are reasons for farmer suiciding. But one of the thing is soil and water. Of course sunlight is anyway plentifully available. If you don't manage these two things properly, then ultimately you will face a kind of situation where you cannot do agriculture at all, and you cannot produce food at all. The food shortages are much more serious. One of the our prime minister said anything can wait, but agriculture cannot wait. Then food, anything, any shortage we can bear, but not food shortages. So yeah, in this corona time, I have taken this as a through this video lectures, this entire almost entire irrigation water management. I hope people, if not enjoyed, but it may be informative. But these video lectures should also be substantiated with other sources of information. You know, in the Google, I have also resorted to some information from the Google websites and other things. So students, the sky is the limit nowadays. There is no depth of material, but how you take the interest and develop, that is very important. Even you can see, for example, hydroponics, with the kind of start we have given, you can simply start as an young engineer, some kind of farm in your own house itself. A lot of things you can experiment. So many of these people are doing. In fact, one of the video I have seen, a young couple in I think America, they have taken up for a sustainment of their life. They are growing hydroponically and then selling their agricultural produce and sustaining themselves, and they are leading a better life. So it is not that like that anything you can take up in your life and then come up, to make. But particularly ultimately, the sustainability of agriculture, sustainability of soil, sustainability of water, that is most important, particularly the water. Because the water is not used by agriculture alone, it is used by many living things on this planet. So many things, fish die today and you are in the line. That is how my professor used to tell, you are in the line. So this is all highly interconnected in this environment, ecological environment. There are so many services we are taking. It's not that we are alone living. The plants are living, species are living, bacteria, everything is living, everything is needed. Any living thing need water. So you must conserve water as much as possible and make it available to others. The water is available because agriculture is taking, irrigation is taking a lot of water. That is why you have to lot of water, save a lot of water in irrigation, and then make it available to others. That is the aim of this course. Hopefully, I think you have followed it. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. I think Corona, this lockdown has made me this these video lectures possible. Thank you very much.